Hey, good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. on this Monday, April 7th. Thanks for starting your morning with us and clicking on the WGRZ-Plus app for our Daybreak-Plus stream. Patrick is returning from Hogwarts right now and getting all situated.
This tie, it's just a tie, but it recalls and reveals a fascination with Harry Potter for some reason.
Yes.
But I guess that was the look that they wore when they attended their schooling.
Yeah, I never read a Harry Potter book.
It kind of was not in my, I was old enough to be beyond it, and my kids are young enough to miss it too.
Okay.
So it was never in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. No, me neither.
Although I did see the actress who played
Hermione?
in a recent film, and she was fabulous.
Oh,
so they've
lovely.
all kind of grown up and are doing.
You know what's my fantasy era?
What's that?
Never-ending Story.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that the greatest movie? And Valcor,
just the creepy animal though. I'm sorry. I have nightmares of that thing.
I watched that movie so many times. The only fantasy movie I liked, and that's legendary.
Okay.
I love that one.
Little trivia. The guy that sang
Never-ending Story.
also was in the band that had that song. Hi, shoot, shoot, hi, hi, da, 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 shoot, shoot, hi, hi. The same guy.
I can hear it.
The guy that did Never-Ending Story was also in that 80s band that did that song.
Interesting. We don't know the name of that 80s
what
band.
was the name of the group? Yes, Kajagoogoo was the name of the.
Of course.
The song or the band? Oh my gosh, it's the name of the band, but the song they sang was the same lyricist who did Never-Ending Story. Let's get to the weather. Oh my gosh.
Shall we talk about the weather?
We've gone down a wormhole here.
We don't want, you know what we're doing? We're stalling, we're delaying because we don't want to talk about
no kidding. Snow is in the forecast, Melissa.
Okay, can we just stop at Pleasant Day?
Pleasant Day, back to you.
Pleasant Day.
Yeah. And then we have to reveal this little ditty, and that is
This is where I leave. This is all you.
A burst of snow is on tap for this evening. Cold and blustery tomorrow with some snow showers, especially in the morning. Okay? Next 2 days. Today, we're fine. Increasing clouds. Tonight, snow showers after a burst of snow this evening. And then for your Tuesday, we're going to see snow showers tomorrow in the morning primarily, but it will be cold and blustery for sure. You can see the snow approaching moving through Lake Michigan right now and Lake Huron. We're going to likely see this start as rain and then quickly change to snow, and that'll be this evening, probably after about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Notice that's kind of the timing now. Future look keeps it dry. We get into the 40s. There we go with that burst of snow, rain to snow, I should say. And then it just gets colder from there with temperatures falling into the 20s. It'll be blustery. And then for your day tomorrow, we're going to see some snow showers in the morning, but then it should taper, but it's going to be cold and blustery with wind chills in the teens, okay? Snowfall amounts won't be much. Remember, it's April, but maybe a quick coating to some spots, maybe an inch to an inch and a half of snow in the hills. But with that high April sun angle, it'll melt quickly. And it will be breezy too, with the winds beginning to pick up. Winds 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusty breezes into tomorrow as well. All right, long range forecast. We go from low 40s, low to mid 40s today, low 30s for highs tomorrow. Again, a mostly sunny day, 45. We have the snow tonight and the long range forecast. Dry weather on Wednesday. More rain is on tap for Thursday. Rain showers into Friday and Saturday. Yes, a cool week for sure with temperatures below average. And yeah, notice tomorrow, highs only in the 30s.
Yikes.
For Tuesday and Wednesday too. It's going to stay chilly on Wednesday.
And now looking ahead to the following week, which is when the kids have off for spring break leading up to Easter, are we looking like we are going to stay in the 50s or a warming pattern at all?
It does not look as, we know this, it won't be as cool as this week. A little early for specifics.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily look like warm, but maybe seasonal.
Okay.
For this time of the year.
And seasonal would be 40s,
low
50s?
Low 50s.
Okay.
Yes. That's how
Which
it looks
will
now.
feel warm after we deal with these wind
Yeah.
chills.
Tomorrow is going to be as cold as it gets in April. No doubt about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've warned us about it, so we're ready for it.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can
And
do
it'll be
about
quick.
it.
And the snow that falls melts. I mean, it's going to be.
And this weekend was lovely. I mean,
Saturday turned out to be okay.
Yeah,
It
we
rained
thought
in
it
the
was going to
morning.
rain all day.
No.
Well,
Just to be
much of the
sure,
day.
rewind the tape. If you last week we did talk about a break in the rain midday. I didn't anticipate all the sun that we got.
Right.
So it turned out to be a usable day. The rain did return.
But temps
still.
in the 60s, man, it was
Yeah,
pretty
it
nice.
was, and that was expected too.
Yeah.
40s though, and it was cooler yesterday. But yeah, I would say Saturday turned out better than anticipated.
We'll take it. No
Yeah.
complaints here. All right. Well, it was a really good weekend for Buffalo sports. Let's talk about UB women's basketball. First of all, they brought a championship home to Buffalo, and they did it here in Buffalo. The final score, 88-84. Now, unfortunately, we can't show you the highlights of the game because of some digital rules, but we can tell you the Bulls overcame a 10-point halftime deficit. They also made a key play on the defense in the fourth quarter to secure the win at Alumni Arena on Saturday.
The best one ever. I never played in a sold-out arena, and fans showed out, the crowd showed out, and we got the dub for them. I can't be more happy.
It's the story of our team. We're a bunch of dogs. We fight adversity. We beat adversity. That's unexplainable. I mean, it's surreal. We made a record. We made history. Everybody showed out. The city showed out for us, and they're the reason why we got this dub. What other way would you have it than what we've done all season? Put ourselves behind double digits and come back in the fourth quarter to win it. That's who we are. That's a resilient group of young women. This is an incredible coaching staff, an incredible administration and university, and there's nowhere I'd rather be.
What a great run in the WNIT. That's Coach Becky Burke right there. Talia Watson had an amazing game, and it's been really fun to watch them play all season long. Yeah, they didn't make it to the NCAA Women's Championship, but winning the WNIT is nothing to sneeze at. They should be so proud of themselves. And how fun for them to, play in front of 3,000 people at
That
Alumni
is so
Arena,
cool.
sold-out crowd.
Do it at home. That's a great story.
Yeah. Now, as for the UConn Huskies women's basketball team, they are celebrating history. They dominated South Carolina Gamecocks 82-59, securing their 12th national championship. UConn was led by senior guard Azzy Fudd and freshman forward Sarah Strong, and they both combined to score 48 points. And then on the men's side of things, it's going to be a big game tonight. Florida will be facing Houston in the national championship. Houston is making headlines after Duke blew a 9-point lead with 2 minutes left in the game. Meanwhile, for Florida, Walter Clayton Jr. is certainly making a name for himself, scoring 34 points with 5 3-pointers against Auburn. Tip-off for Florida and Houston is at 8:50 tonight. So if you can't stay up and you want to see some highlights, we'll have that on Daybreak tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no Cinderella stories this year. This was kind of straightforward. First seeds made it.
Yeah, all first seeds making into the Final Four, which is kind of interesting.
Right.
But the games were great. The Final Four games were awesome. And it should be interesting. But it's always fun to watch a Cinderella story and see, an underdog make it far. And that didn't happen this year.
No,
but
it didn't. What was the first team that was an upset in the first round? Begins with an M, I think. There was some school that beat. That was like the one real
Right, but it was only
upset.
like a 12-5 seed. It wasn't anything
Right, it
crazy
wasn't
there.
crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. But brackets, I don't know, a lot of people had Duke, but a lot of people had Florida also, so it's not that surprising.
No.
But I think it's just the way that Duke went down was a little surprising, that they blew such a huge point deficit, or point lead, and then ended up losing.
Right.
All right, and now the Buffalo Sabres, they had a good weekend too.
No, what's going on?
It's a little too late, right?
I know, but
I mean, they're hanging on by a thread. They're staving off playoff elimination. They've won their last 7 of 8 games, including last night's win against the Bruins. Again, we can't show you the highlights. We can only show you practice video because of the digital rules that we have. But the final score yesterday, 6-3. They were down 2. But then Tage Thompson, he led the way with a hat trick last night. And here's what Coach Lindy Ruff had to say about Tage's performance.
I really think he's skating well right now. I think that line has had some good chemistry. I think the fact Kulik's game is really back to where it needs to be has freed him up to take off. You don't get a breakaway like that if you're playing center in your own end. So there's a lot of pluses to being on the wing and and Cooley's done a really nice job. And I thought the other part is Benson had a heck of a night with the puck down low. So they've got good chemistry, that line.
So the Sabres play again tomorrow night, hoping to make it 5 in a row, which they haven't done all season long. It's too bad, though, that they're peaking in April. Too little, too late. But they are not technically mathematically eliminated from the playoffs yet.
Right.
I think Montreal needs to get one more win, and then they are out of it.
Just going out on this kind of note, though, is kind of cool. I think, it's
giving hope for next season.
Right, and to have this kind of momentum going into the off season, I mean, you wish you could have taken away that losing streak at the end of February, and then of course the big one earlier in the year, the 13 game. And
right,
you would think
between Christmas and
things could be so different.
Christmas.
Yeah, so I like how they're going out. Winning and beating good teams, beating really good teams.
Yeah, and so hopefully that'll give them a little momentum or hope going into next season. But this would be, once they are eliminated, a 14-year playoff drought for the Buffalo Sabres, which is just really rough.
Right.
Some good news in hockey world, also a historic moment that happened actually in our state. The Great 8 has passed the Great 1. Alexander Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's NHL goal-scoring record during the Capitals game against the New York Islanders last night. So he now holds the new record with 895 career goals, and amazingly, he did it in the same number of games, the exact same number of games as Wayne Gretzky. So I was asking Pete earlier in Daybreak, well, does this make Ovechkin
but I guess
Pete's like, no, not at all, because he might be the greatest goal scorer of all time, said Pete, but definitely not the greatest player, because Gretzky has so many more points and has done so much more to contribute to his team than Ovechkin has. But yeah, it's fun to see that happen, and the Islanders really treated him with a lot of respect. And it's too bad that Ovechkin couldn't do it on home ice, but it was very respectful the way that they celebrated and stopped the game so that he could be recognized for that amazing achievement.
Exactly. And it was cool the way he slid on the ice on his tummy, and I mean, kind of a kid at heart. And then he took off his helmet. It's like, he's like, he looks every bit of 38, I think, is his age. I mean, he's got the gray hair.
Is this 38 though?
What's that?
I mean, 38, is old for a hockey player.
But professional athlete, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, I just was like, when he took, I was like, he looked like a dad.
Right. He is old enough to be the dad for some players on the team.
Right. That's true. That is true.
All right. Stay with us. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with much more. Well, we are not looking forward to the weather that's coming our way, but it's nothing compared to what other parts of the country are seeing. An unprecedented flooding emergency unfolding across the South after a stretch of deadly storms. And while the rain has mostly ended, the danger has not. NBC's Maggie Vespa has more.
America's days-long stretch of deadly spring weather tonight marked by widespread flooding across the Midwest and South, with water still rising.
We've never dealt with anything like this.
Really?
Yeah, no, nothing like this as far as the amount of water we have.
Drone video shows Dawson Springs, Kentucky submerged, water covering a substation, forcing crews to temporarily cut power. Farmer Austin Chappell using a boat to feed his stranded cows.
The Lord gave us some cattle, it's our duty to take care of them.
States of emergency declared across the South. In Mississippi overnight, a suspected tornado tore through homes, leaving a trail of debris. In Arkansas, drenching rains tore down trees, some slamming into houses. Our George Solis is there.
Some here in Little Rock are dealing with more than just cleanup. This homeowner now recovering in the hospital after being trapped for hours, needing help from more than just firefighters on the scene, but also a doctor.
Researchers say these types of flood emergencies are getting worse amid the climate crisis, with a warming atmosphere capable of holding more water. This week, water levels in some spots are expected to rise for days. Kathy Park is in Memphis.
The floodwaters are ending up right here in the Mississippi River. You can see how high it's running right now, even carrying away large pieces of debris. River flooding continues to be a threat this week.
The deadly weather taking a toll with fatalities across multiple states, including Kentucky. 9-year-old Gabriel Andrews was swept away by flash floodwaters there, the coroner says, walking to his school bus Friday.
We are deeply saddened at this horrific tragedy that claimed the life of one of our students.
And that was NBC's Maggie Vespa reporting. And take a look at this video. A huge tornado in Arkansas. This video has been making the rounds all over social media. Arkansas is just one of the states that's been battered by severe storms. Tens of thousands of people are currently without power in that state. That almost looks like from the movie Twister, Patrick. It doesn't even look real. And you do have to be careful about what you're seeing on social media just to confirm that it is real. But that has been verified as it's a real tornado out there.
Yeah, that is a full-on wedge tornado that, I mean, I got to imagine is an EF3 or greater. Just by looking at it, I don't know for sure, but.
And how close is that person taking that video?
Oh, I know. I mean, well, he saw the storm motion was clearly going, but still, you know, whenever you get storm chasers bringing us the video, usually they're very trained and know where to go, but that close is, I mean, tornadoes are known to make some rapid and quick turns and changes in path, so hopefully he stayed safe. All right, today we started off cool, mostly sunny with some high clouds increasing, 45 this afternoon. And then we bring in a burst of snow this evening and tonight. Westerly winds also 15 to 25 miles an hour. So it's going to be blustery tonight with some snow showers that will last into tomorrow morning and then they'll end. So not a real snowy day tomorrow, but there will be some snow showers and it will be cold. Today, just an increase in clouds. Notice as that area of snow, initially rain and then snow, moves through this evening. Probably 6:30 to 8:30 is when we expect that, so kind of close to sunset. And then for tonight, cold. Tomorrow, some scattered snow showers off the lake, it appears. So dry today, but then we will bring in the snow chances, it looks like, tonight. So that's what we have for tonight. Snow showers into tomorrow morning. Dry weather on Wednesday. Rain on Thursday. This could also mix with a few snowflakes, especially in the hills. Snow showers, rain showers on Friday into Saturday, then dry weather on Sunday with temperatures in the 50s. So a cool week ahead for sure. I'm glad this is not spring break. That's next week. Next week, the trend is for milder numbers. Hard to be specific just yet, but it does appear it's not going to be necessarily, we don't see a big warm up coming. It'll be though warmer than this week. But yeah, tomorrow, low 30s when the average is 50. So that's it can snow in April, but to be that cold in April is kind of a once in a 20-year deal. It's pretty rare to be that chilly in April.
And I'm sure that everyone still has their snow brushes in their cars. Better. I mean, if you grew up here in Western New York, you know to keep them in year-round pretty much.
Yeah, right.
But it doesn't seem like we're going to need to shovel.
No,
just let Mother Nature melt it. Yeah.
The sun angle is the same as it is in September. So any snow that falls melts quickly.
And this should be the last of it, right?
Thursday, there's a chance that there could be a few flakes. After that, I think we should be done.
Okay. Put that snow map away for a couple months.
Put it in the box, put it in the Channel 2 basement, and retrieve it in November, hopefully.
Well, that's good because golf season for Elliot is starting in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't want him golfing or me caddying in snow.
I know.
That does not make it fun
again,
at all.
I know. This should be it.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Well, it was a really special morning for us on Daybreak. This was back in early March at the Make-A-Wish Gala. And Patrick and I love hosting it year after year and being a part of this event that raises $500,000 in one night to make wishes come true for children in our community who are fighting critical illnesses. Well, a group that came and visited us this morning, they bid on a silent auction item to spend the morning with the Daybreak team. And today was the day they cashed in on that bid and they woke up dark and early to join us on Daybreak. Take a look. And we have some very special guests in studio with us this morning. They bid on a behind-the-scenes experience with the Daybreak team at the Make-A-Wish Gala last month. And we are so happy to have Mike and Jamie and Jim and Beth and Butch in studio with us this morning. Thanks for your generosity to Make-A-Wish and to wanting to hang out with us here for some reason. It is 6:27 on Daybreak. We'll be right back. They a great group.
They were
weren't
cool. And they came up on the roof. They experienced the
magic up there.
The roof magic.
Yeah, Jamie O'Shea and her husband Mike. Jamie is a huge Patrick fan, and so Jamie encouraged her husband to just bid on the Daybreak package, and we were so happy that they did. And Butch, who came with them, he is a member of the board of Make-A-Wish and is a huge supporter for 20 years for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which it's just so great what they do. It's so much more than just a one-time experience for kids. The granting a wish for a child can really give them hope to continue to fight that critical illness that they're facing. And there were 173 children who were waiting to have their wishes granted in Western New York. And because of the money that was raised at the Make-A-Wish Gala, all of those can be granted. And so it's really a wonderful organization. And we were so happy that they bid far too much money to spend the morning with us here on Daybreak. But they all came from like Wilson and Newfane, and they drove so far to be with us at 5 o'clock in the morning.
It was great to see them, great to meet them. So happy that they spent that money for Make-A-Wish to come see us. And it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
It was really great. So thanks for doing that and being so generous to Make-A-Wish. It was a great group. So work continues on the new Bills Stadium today after a really special day on Friday. You saw during our stream, we went live for 2 hours watching this topping out ceremony. That's Terry Pagula signing that final steel beam that was hoisted into place. Yet just before it went up in the air, it was signed by not just Terry Pagula and Roger Goodell, who was there, but also the thousands of construction workers that were there. There's 1,200 on site every day. That's going to go up to 1,500 in just another month or so. And right now, work is starting on the field, which is going to be a natural grass turf by, they hope to start planting that by fall. And then construction, they say, is on time. They plan to have it complete by June or July of 2026. They'll try to get some kinks worked out and have it ready to go by the beginning of September of 2026. It's really exciting. And it was a very cool ceremony. It was really a lot more emotional than I expected from some of the construction workers. This man, Norm Marshall, who came out of retirement to go back to work with Gilbane Construction to be part of this massive project. They needed as many, skilled construction workers as they could get, but he said he wanted to be part of history. And this is the biggest construction project that Western New York has ever seen. And he was really excited to be able to tell his grandkids that he had his hand in helping to build the new Bills Stadium. And so we heard a lot of stories like that from construction workers and the men and women who are working so hard. And for Terry Pagula, it was really special for him too. He said his dad was a Teamster, and to see all of these workers putting in their blood, sweat, and tears every day to help build this stadium, it was really emotional for him. Yeah,
and also Mr. Pagula seemed a lot more personable in that press conference. I mean, you really kind of felt like you kind of knew him. He doesn't speak in public that often, and when he does, you always listen. But it was a really heartfelt tribute to the topping off.
Yeah, for sure. And something else that you can do this week, we're celebrating the Broadway Market. It's officially open for the Easter season. The Broadway Market will be open every day until Easter now from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. today. The hours vary, so make sure you check before you go. Obviously, lots of seasonal vendors there now with the Polish sausage and pierogi and pussy willows and all of the meats, cheese, bakery things that you want, and Easter candy, and so much more. It does close on Easter Sunday, but it'll reopen on Dingus Day, Monday, April 21st. And obviously, Good Friday is the big day there at the Broadway Market. You gotta check it out. I'll take you there.
I need to go. I know. It's time.
Yes. Thanks everyone for joining us here on the stream. We'll see you back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow.